The Feast. Hub Journalist Club, March 10th, 1923. O vos qui stomacho labораtis acquarit et ego vos resterabo. From the sign of the first eating house in Paris, 1774. Forsan et hac olim mem in isse juvabit. Virgil. To Wisecrack Sandusky, Esquire, B.I., M.B.O., Bachelor of Intelligence, Massachusetts Bay, Brotherhood of Owls. Sir, in dedicating to you this ponderous epic, I am but repaying the evil you have committed in soliciting a contribution from so obsolete and old country gentleman as myself. It additionally delights me, however, to render a tribute to one who hath so considerably enriched the lighter part of our tongue, a task neglected since Dean Swift's essay on genteel and ingenious conversion, 1738, and by you performed with a zealous aptness which should be the model of every philologist and lexicographer. I, sir, am an old-fashioned man, still partial to the language of Dr. Johnson's ara. You are a creator of that lively speech which will be classical a century hence. Such a common aversion to the tame dictation of this age ought to establish betwixt us a bond of scholarship, supplementing that bond of friendship already so firm. And in this hope I inscribe to you these immortal lines. Believe me, sir, to be ever your most humble, most obedient servant, H.B.L. Providence, March, 1923. Lewd sir, what's this you ask me to relate? The Boston feast, and all I heard and ate. Sure that were hard, since Comus was so free. That sheer profusion clogs my memory, dazzled with art and drugged with splendid fare. My rustic pencil falters in despair, and scarce commands the talent to set down such modish rebels of a learned town. Dark was the sky, when with expectant mind I left my native rural shades behind. A niveous mist oppressed the leaden day, as the fleet couch rolled o'er the devious way, till close ahead in ancient pomp there rose the spires and roofs that marked my journey's close. But now behold, where once the scene was dark, a radiant coal supplies the enlightening spark. Dusk yields to light, and shades affrighted flit before the beams of Cantabrigian wit. Now to the rout where mirth and music reign, and Gaster vies with Jocus's pleasing strain. Sink me what splendor strikes my aged sight, where every face and every word is bright. Through tavern halls that laugh, the chorus floats, to join the lutes and viols' melting notes. Swift flies the jest when Priscian shade grows pale, as novel terms and new coined quips prevail. Zounds, what a high syntax, what exalted speech, words no Johnson's soaring skill could reach. Sanduskian genius hurls the rules in limbo, and sings the gink, the oil can, and the bimbo. Lay off, old egg, he cries. Your tank is leaking. Be quant, and metaphor acute in speaking. Nobody home there, bo no use to knock on ye, but bozo can that line of low-grade Saucony. Thus the glib tongue and nimble brain prolong the general mirth, and season every song. Lift the light step, as all the crowd convene Around the board whilst cameras paint the scene, here eminence appears austere and great, the deathless muses and the fourth estate. Here wit shines free from poverty's rude pinch, and weaves a hollow round imperial lynch. Fair in abundance scan the luscious list, with melody never eager to desist. The song, the dance, the Rubek's golden chord, the sprightly whisper passed along the board. Then the grave pause, and as the meal is over, the speakers reign, myself the only bore. Demosthenes now lays aside the crown, and Cicero goes way back and sits down. For Boston eloquence no peer hath known, since the first founders kissed the Blarney Stone. What wealths of wisdom win an exposition from poet, pamphleteer, and politician, statesman and journalist, with sense, descant, and the grave bard contests the wild gallant with senile voice. My village jests I tell, whilst genius whelms me over with Machiavel. Across our sight 1,000 visions sail, Florence and Fleet Street, Helicon and Gaul. But hark, for heaven, how agile time hath passed, though each bright speech seems shorter than the last. For peaks of thought, however high they tower, can't overawe the clock or stay the hour. Gad's death 'tis 12, when honest toil reposes, and in a brief half-hour the subway closes. So on the scene the curtains folds descend, and the gay joyous feast draws pensive to its end, joined to the ages planted in the sky, to wake the songs of better bards than I. Pause now, I'm done, and you, sir, I entreat, to hide my couplets well within your sheet, that the kind folk who heard my speaking through may have less cause to curse my name anew. We certainly should probably regard others in what we do. But it's not merely that anybody else is approval makes one complete.